Hello everyone, welcome back to Motivar Studio. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Today, let's go ahead and take a look at the next GQuuuuuuX kit in the series, and that would be Xavier's Gyan Hakuji packs. And this would be lucky number 7. So this is the 7th kit in the series. Now, for a while, the only Gyan model kit I knew was from the original series, and I was not a big fan of it. I love the iteration of the Gyan from the GQuuuuuuX series. I also like the color scheme they went with, which is a white and gold. So it's got this divine look to it. And this illustration is really cool as well. We see the Gyan here in an action scene, blocking some incoming attacks with his massive round shield. And the effect on the eye is really cool. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at the sides. And as usual, on this side we have some action poses. Now here you can see the spear, the shield, another action pose thrusting forward with its saber. And here we see an interesting shot with the spear, and I guess because the spear is so big it actually comes with its own base. So that's pretty cool. And you can actually open these hatches on the shield. And here is the gimmicks that it comes with. The shield, the spear, 2 beam sabers, a set of hands, and the base for the spear. On the other side, we get the rear and front shots. And here you can see more clearly the base that holds the spear. If you have seen other Gundam series, then a lot of you would recognize that this is a Gyan because it has some of its signature signs. And for one, that is the round shield, the saber, in this case the spear. But the thing that gives it away is the helmet here. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at what's inside. So we get 3 bags of runners. 4 bags of runners. And our manual. Here with the really cool illustration of the Gyan. And here is a summary of the Gyan. On the back side, we have some action poses. Our color guide. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the cool parts on these runners. On this runner, we can see the inner part of the shield. We have the closed set of hands right here, along with the booster parts for the backpack. And here are the 2 halves of the spear in its own runner. The outer part of the shield with the 6 hatches. Outside armor pieces on this runner. And I always like looking at the bottom of the feet on Gundam kits just to see the level of detail. And here we can see that the level of detail here is pretty high. And here we have the base for the spear, our beam sabers, and these are the SB6 in this yellow golden color. Our sticker sheet with a lot of these golden accents, and our mono eye down here. How about we take a snack break with these Gundam potato chips, and this is the Gundam Poteco. They are black pepper flavor, and it comes with a random card, so that's pretty cool. Oh, I guess I was supposed to cut it here. Oh, we have the Gyan. That's pretty cool. I think this is a sticker, actually. Oh, it is a sticker. Oh, this is nice. And it's got a little information about the Gyan on the back. That is really nice. All right, back to work. And here we have the fully built Gyan. I've ended up falling in love with this kid more than I thought I would. I really like the color scheme that they gave this kid. You have the white, light gray, dark gray, and the golden accents. Besides looking really cool, the articulation doesn't seem all that bad actually. Also, what's really good about this kit, comparing it to the previous one, being the gun cannon, is that this one actually feels a lot more firm. The joints do feel tighter, and they easily maintain their poses as well. The hands on the Gyan are also a little bit interesting. They're wedged between the wrist, and so that gives the hand a little more mobility. So not only do you have the ball joint, where you can move it in all directions like so, but you also have this range of movement right here. Shoulder wise, good mobility. Let's look at the head tilt. This is looking down, this is looking up, so not really much movement in the head. Also, something else to keep note is that just by pressing here, this can easily fall off like so. So this top part is a little bit loose. But again, the Gyan is more like a bulky knight. So as with real knight armor, there wouldn't be much movement. Let's look at the waist. Leaning forward, leaning back. Front kick, I believe this is the highest it goes. We have a 90-degree knee bend. A back kick, that's pretty good. feet wise, this is as much range as you're gonna get, side to side. Although this kit is not as flexible as other ones, I really like how sturdy it is. And I think for this type of kit, that actually matters more. Let's take a look at some of the weapons. So first off, the beam sabers. And these are very cool, and these are very interesting in how they're attached. So first off, those are located right here. And all you gotta do is just attach the beam saber here. And then the handle gets removed and it gets replaced with a different one with a longer handle. And that's it. So this is how the beam saber would look holstered and then equipped. And here is the shield. And it's got 6 compartments. And any of these can be pulled back to rebuild the missile launcher. And also the way this attaches is a little bit interesting. I'm guessing because it's a bit heavy, it's got some reinforcements. To properly attach the shield, we will need to sandwich the hand as you see here on the handle. Then all we need to do is just reattach the hand and then attach the shield portion here. And having this form of support does make the shield sturdier. And now for the spear, you can see how massively big it is. It doesn't even fit on screen. To attach the spear, it's actually pretty simple. We just need to wedge the hand right between the spear handle right here. The spear, although simple to equip, it is a bit of a hassle because of its size. So if you're trying to position it while it's equipped to the hand, there's a risk of the hand dismantling. And yeah, as you can see, on its own, it is pretty heavy. So here's the stand for the spear to give it that extra level of support. And that just goes right here. So this would be my 2 biggest complaints. This one always falls off so easily. It doesn't really clip when attached, so it's always going to be very loose. So when handling this kit, it's really easy to do this. So this could have been done better. Second would be the hand itself, how the 2 halves attached. Although on its own and for the beam saber, it's fine. For how it attaches to the spear, probably because of the weight of the spear, and when managing a different position, these ones will always snap off so easily. So that can be a little annoying. But when everything in the end is well put together and nothing's moving, then you're all good. Overall, this kit has way more positives than negatives, and I highly do recommend you guys getting this kit. Aesthetically, it looks really beautiful. I do like the color scheme. You can actually color this in many different themes, and I think it will still look good. I imagine this being colored like all black, it will look really nice, or any other variations. I think a lot of them would work. The mono eye does move, however, you would have to remove the top part of the head and move this around. The gimmicks also really enhance this kit. And with that, we conclude another review. Thank you for joining me. Take care, and until then, I'll see you in the next one.